Welcome back to the today's class on Advanced Switchgear. Today we are going to see about air blast circuit breaker construction. Then we are going to see about factors influencing performance of air blast circuit breaker. Air blast circuit breaker follow same principle of separating their contacts. Contacts are separated in a flow of pressurized air established by opening of a blast valve. Arc is drawn, usually blown rapidly, positioned centrally through a nozzle. Arc is kept to fixed length and is subject to maximum scavenging by flow of air. Breakers, according to the flow of compressed air across contact, can be classified into three types. Air blast circuit breakers uses the principle of blowing high pressurized air in the path of arc so that the arc can be easily extinguished and the contact space dielectric strength can be increased at a rapid manner. The three methods are used for flow of compressed air. First method is axial blast circuit breaker, second is radial blast circuit breaker, and third one is cross blast circuit breaker. We know there are three different ways for the flow of compressed air. So the first figure shows the axial blast, which means the air is flown axially in the path of the arc. If the arc is struck between these two contacts, then the air is flown in the direction of this path so that the arc can be deionized or blown off easily. The second method is the radial blast. Here, air is flown in the radial direction of the arc. And the last method is the cross blast. Here, the air is flown right angles to the arc. Axial or radial blast seem to be favored for high voltages. So, axial blast and radial blast are used for high voltage circuit breakers, whereas cross blast breakers, particularly for voltage above 15 kV and heavy currents up to 1 lakh amperes. Cross blast have proved satisfactory operation and need less air than would an axial blast circuit breaker at such high current. So if a cross blast circuit breaker is used, then the air need to be flown to interrupt the arc is lesser than the axial blast or radial blast circuit breaker in the same rating of current. In axial blast type circuit breakers, the flow of fire is longitudinal along arc as shown in the figure. In this figure, you can see two contacts. The first contact is the fixed contact and the other contact is the moving contact. You can see the fixed contact is present inside the arcing chamber, and this arcing chamber is connected to an air reservoir from which the air is flown into the arcing chamber. You can see an air valve opened by a tripping impulse. So if the impulse of tripping is given, then the air valve will be opened and the air in the reservoir tank moves into the arcing chamber and pushes the moving contact out, so that the arc which is struck over here will also be forced outside and the arc can be axially interrupted by the axial blast air circuit breaker. Axial blast circuit breakers may be of single blast or double blast. If a single reservoir tank and a single air valve is opened, then it is known as single blast. If double reservoir tank with double air valve is opened, then it is known as double blast. breakers employing double blast arrangements are sometimes called radial blast circuit breaker. The fixed and moving contacts are held in closed position by spring pressure under normal operating condition. So when the moving contacts is in the closed position, then this moving contacts will be held together with the fixed contact with the help of the spring pressure. The springs can be seen over here. Air reservoir tank is connected to arc chamber through an air valve which is opened by tripping impulse. So this reservoir tank will give the air into the arcing chamber so that the moving contacts can be pressed outside against the spring and the air can be released. On occurrence of fault, tripping impulse causes opening of air valve connecting air reservoir to the arcing chamber. So, if the fault occurs at once, the valve is tripped using the tripping impulse, and at once the air will flow through the arcing chamber and pushes the arc outside axially. Air entering arc chamber exerts pressure on moving contacts which moves when air pressure exceeds spring force. So, if the valve is opened, at once the pressurized air present in the air reservoir tank will pushes the moving contacts outside against the spring and moves out the moving contacts and trips the circuit breaker. Moving contact is separated and at once arc is struck. Since the moving contact is separated from the fixed contacts, then the arc is struck at this position. Air flowing at high speed axially along the arc removes heat from the periphery of the arc. So, the air which is compressed in the reservoir tanks flows through this position and removes the heat from the periphery of the arc. So, arc diameter reduces to a low value at current 0. At this instant, arc is interrupted and contact space is flushed with fresh air through nozzles. Since the arc is interrupted and the contact space is flushed with the fresh air from the air reservoir tank, at once the current arc is interrupted immediately at current 0 position. Flow of pressure through contact space ensures removal of hot gases and rapid building up of dielectric strength after brief duration of airflow. Since the fresh air which is compressed in the air reservoir tank is felt in the arcing chamber during the arc has struck, so this fresh dielectric air has a very good dielectric strength than the arc air. So at this time the good dielectric strength present in the new air which is come out of air reservoir tank and which is present in the arcing chamber will be very helpful to remove the hot gas and also to extinguish the arc at a easier rate. Interruption is filled with high pressure air. So during this process, the interruption of arc is occurred due to high pressure air. The dielectric strength of air increases with air pressure. So if we increase the dielectric strength, we need to increase the pressure of air present in the air reservoir tank. Fresh high pressure air in contact space is capable of withstand transient recovery voltage. Since this high pressure air which is present in the contact space can withstand the transient recovery voltage. The main structural advantage of axial blast circuit breakers over cross blast is easier adaptability to high voltage insulation, particularly for outdoor application. So axial blast air circuit breakers can be used for high voltage applications and which can be placed in the outdoor types. This is because the interrupting chamber can be fully enclosed in porcelain tube. So the complete interrupting chamber, which is the arcing chamber, is insulated through a porcelain tube. Ideal for high and super voltage application outdoor where dust and corrosive fumes are encountered. So this circuit breaker can be used where outdoor application is needed. On the same time very corrosive fumes and dusty environment is present. So air blast circuit breakers can be used for high voltage application with outdoor equipped and with more dust and polluted environment. The next one is cross blast circuit breakers. In cross blast circuit breakers, air blast is directed at right angles to the arc. Principle used in cross blast circuit breaker is fundamentally different from axial blast circuit breakers. The schematic is shown here. Here you can see the air is flown at the right angles to the arc. Here the arc is struck between the two contacts, that is the fixed and the moving contacts. So the arc is struck in this position and the air is flown at right angles to the arc. Moving contact arm operates in close proximity to an arc chute. You can see the moving contacts which is present over here, and this moving contacts can be opened in this direction. You can see the arc chute's metal plates which are very close to the moving contact. So when an arc is struck between the fixed and the moving contacts, at once the moving contacts will be opened in this direction. So the arc which is formed can be easily in a proximity with the arc chute. So at the same time the compressed air is flown radially so that the arc is blown into the arc chute. Blast of air is forced into splitter plates within arc chutes, thereby lengthening of arc. Since the air is flown inside the arc chute, at once the arc gets lengthened and gets splitted by the splitter arc plates present in the close vicinity of the moving contacts. Arc is lengthened to a point when it cannot restrike after current zero. Since the arc is lengthened, so the diameter of the arc gets very much reduced. Since a new fresh dielectric medium of new air is flown perpendicular to the arc, at once the diameter of the arc is reduced and lengthening of arc is also occur. At the same time the arc is also cooled. So during this time the arc gets extinguished very easily. The constant and high speed operation of axial blast type is not reproduced in this. Cross blast is constant regardless of current magnitude. It is quite efficient in switching small inductive and transformer magnetic currents. So the cross blast circuit breakers can be used to interrupt small inductive currents, and it is very efficient to interrupt transformer magnetizing current, whereas the transformer magnetizing current is very difficult to interrupt with the help of air brake circuit breakers. Resistance switching is not normally required after lengthening of arc. Automatically introduce some resistance to control their restriking voltage transient. Since the air is flown perpendicular to the arc, at points the lengthening of arc occurs. So, resistance switching is not needed for cross blast circuit breakers. If external resistance is desirable, it is also possible to introduce it by connecting in sections across the arc splitter plates. If we need to employ resistance switching in cross blast circuit breakers, then the resistance can be added between the metal plates of the arc splitters. So the arc present in the arc splitters will give high resistance to the arc current, and at once the current get interrupted and the arc will also get interrupted. Principle of operation. The air blast circuit breakers require nozzles. So the air flow which is present in the right angles to the arc requires nozzles which will help to blow the arc at 90° to the air. In central position, arc must be either cease to move or fall. So at the center of the two contact plates, the arc will move towards the arc splitter plates or it will fall behind the air. Immediately the arc follow the aerodynamic condition of the nozzle. Since the nozzle will give the pressurized air into the arc splitter plates, so the arc need to follow the aerodynamic conditions of the nozzle. This may be regarded as a series of momentary disturbances caused by air due to release of arc energy from a fixed source. Disturbances occurs throughout arcing period where the stream of air tends to build up the pressure caused by expansion and dissociation of air. Since the air is blown through the nozzle which is right angled to the arc, so during the arcing period the stream of air will helps to increase the pressure across the arc splitter plates and also across the two contacts. So the expansion and dissociation of air will take place. In the inner stream zone, this arc continuously enters the leading end of arc zone. Air acts almost as obstacle in nozzle around which the bulk of air must flow. So the air which is passed through the nozzle will have an aerodynamic effect because the nozzle will create an obstacle to the flow of air. So this bulk air flow must flow through the obstacle given by the nozzle. Figure shows pressure and velocity distribution of gas through the nozzle. Here you can see the line which indicates the pressure, and this line indicates the velocity of the air flow through the nozzle which is present over here. Here the air is pumped out in this direction. It is seen that presence of arcing causes considerable reduction in quality of air passing through the nozzle. So the arc is present in the circuit breaker. So during this arcing period, the air which is flowing through the arc gets considerably reduced or it will deionized because of the high temperature present in the arc. So this reduction in quality of air which is passing near through the nozzle and through the arc. Because of this expansion of air occurs in inner stream of zones. So at the inner stream of arc zone, the air gets expanded. This effect is depend on length of arc at high pressure side of nozzle and on current. The energy supplied for extinction is obtained from high pressure and is independent of current to be interrupted. So, the air blast circuit breaker operating on the principle of cross blast can be used to interrupt a very high current rated devices. So, these types of instruments can be used in outdoor as well as indoor applications with where it can interrupt a very high current. So the only disadvantage of air blast circuit breaker is we need to connect a air reservoir tank which should be supplied at a very high pressure, and so we need to run a compressor to compress the air at a high pressure. More than 15 atmospheric pressure should be present inside the air reservoir tank. Factors influencing performance of air blast circuit breakers. Arc is compressible and dielectric switching capability increases up to 150 atmospheric pressure. So, since the air is compressed to 150 atmospheric pressure, the dielectric strength of the air gets increased. For same contact structure, performance vary as some function of pressure. So, this contact structure, that is the metal contacts which is in closed position or in open position, their structures affects the function of pressure as well as the performance. The result indicates that braking capacity increases with increase of pressure at nozzle. So the braking capacity will increase when the pressure at the nozzle gets increased. The use of high pressure gas permits high mechanism speed and fast arc scavenging. So the high pressure gas which is permitted through the nozzle helps to increase the scavenging of arc at a faster rate. Circuit severity. Air blast breakers are sensitive to variation in rate of rise of restriking voltage. The sensitive variation in the compressed air blown can modify the rate of restriking voltage. The blast effect is constant for all current. The rate at which the gap recovers its dielectric strength, which is approximately inversely proportional to the amount of ionization present. So the blast effect which is present in the air blast circuit breaker is inversely proportional to the ionization present. So the gap recovers if the dielectric strength of the air is more. MVA level is high, then additional stress which will produce an increase in arcing time is shown in the below figure. In x-axis you can see the rate of rise of restriking voltage, and in y-axis you can see the braking capacity. So since the rate of rise of restriking voltage goes on increasing, then the braking capacity of the air blast circuit breaker goes on decreasing. So the braking capacity should be made high so that the RRV should be made less. So the circuit severity depends on the braking capacity and the RRV of the circuit breaker rating. Distance between contacts. It is seen that appreciably variation in performance can be obtained by varying size of the gap. Since the moving contact and the fixed contacts are opened, that means the size between, that's the distance between the moving and fixed contacts, has a performance variation in air blast circuit breakers. The best condition for extinction is obtained for specific optimum distance between contacts. Since several experiments had been made to find the best condition for optimum extinction. That is, the distance between the separation of contacts has to be made as a practical experiment, and it need to be found a optimum value for best condition for extinction of arc. If distance is increased or decreased, arc extinction becomes less effective, and consequently breaking capacity of the breaker will be reduced. For a particular rated voltage of a circuit breaker, if we increase or decrease the gap of the contact space, then it will affect the breaking capacity of the breaker. Optimum distance between contact arc extinction ensures dielectric strength between contacts. So the arc extinction depends on the dielectric strength in between the contacts. High voltage breaker with short gap and isolator can give total break time as small as 2 cycles. So a high voltage breaker with a short gap and an isolator will break the short circuit current and also the arc produced within the 2 cycles of AC wave. Contact materials. A definite improvement in performance is observed by using high boiling point metals such as tungsten copper component, now available as a result of advancement in powder metallurgy. So the contacts which is used in air blast circuit breakers should have a very high boiling point. So the material used in the air blast circuit breaker is tungsten and copper component, which is made of an alloy and which is used in contacts of the circuit breaker of air blast circuit breaker. By use of these metals, breaking capacity can be increased. Burning and erosion is considerably reduced and flame emission is minimized. Since the contacts which is used is made up of tungsten as well as copper, then the material possesses a very good flame emission very good properties, so that the burning and corrosion effect is reduced. On the same time, the flame emission is also minimized by the tungsten and copper alloy. Area of cross section of exit hole. Breaking capacity is increased with the area of cross section of exit through which hot and decomposed gases can escape. So during arcing period, a sudden increase of temperature will exist. So this sudden increase of temperature will heat the gases. So the decomposed gas or the hot air should exit the circuit breaker. For this reason, there will be exit hole present in the circuit breaker. Arc liberate tremendous heat in very short duration of time, and within the chamber suddenly expands almost with explosion. So if the arc is initiated at once, a sudden liberation of high temperature on the air is occurred. So this will create an explosion effect inside the chamber suddenly. The building up of pressure due to this will severely restrict energy of main air pressure to the arc extinction chamber. So this heavy high pressure which is present in the extinction chamber will decrease the pressure present in the reservoir. So the air will not flow from reservoir to the arcing chamber. To avoid this effects, the exit hole is present. At once the arc liberates the heat into the air, then this explosion effect will exit the circuit breaker through the exit hole. Resistance switching. The following good effects happens when resistance switching is used. Resistance in parallel with the circuit breaker damps the voltage oscillation to reduce rate of rise of restriking voltage and amplitude of restriking voltage transient. So, resistance switching will reduce the restriking voltage and the rate of rise of restriking voltage to reduce transient voltage produced during switching due to inductive loads. So resistance switching will reduce the inductive load switching effects, and it will improve uniformity of voltage sharing in case of multi-break circuit breakers, and it will suppress and control the switching severity in extra high voltage systems. Mass flow. Breaking capacity of air blast circuit breakers depends upon mass of air flowing per unit time through the nozzle in the arcing chamber. The presence of arc obstructs flow of air and depends on temperature of arc column. So the air which is flowing through the arcing chamber has a mass. So this mass of air flow through the arcing chamber and through the axial blast circuit breaker should have an optimum amount. Mass flow is roughly inversely proportional to the temperature. In this regard, a factor represents a mass flow number m. So, the mass flow number is represented as m for air blast circuit breakers. It is defined as, that is, mass flow is defined as ratio of mass of flow of air per unit time with arc to the mass of flow of air per unit time without arc. So the ratio is like the amount of flow of air from the reservoir tank to the arcing chamber at the time of arc, that is with the arc, divided by the flow of air without the arc, that is when there is no arc, how much amount of air is flowing from reservoir tank to the arcing chamber is divided. It is taken into an account to express performance of air blast circuit breaker. So the mass flow number m is a very important aspect, and it is expressed as a performance of air blast circuit breakers. Thank you.